Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Tommy Cook.
I feel like Gallagher with all my props over here. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this. This is fantastic. Give yourself a round of applause. Give Bane a round of applause. Every other act that you've seen tonight, fucking incredible. That's what makes this whole thing. Like, honestly, I feel privileged to be in this, I don't know, thrift store bonfire, I guess would be the best way to describe it. It's like not even the shit you would buy at a thrift store. It's just the stuff that's in the dumpster behind it. I mean, pretty sure we broke into this place. You guys are all felons now. Congratulations. No, I'm going to be smoking throughout this entire set. Jealous. Don't be. It's killing me. No, but I have a theory. The average lifespan of white men in this country, I predicate white because I do live in Chicago, so black men, it's a bit shorter. But for white men, though, it's about 77 years. I am 27 right now, which means I have about... thanks. I'm a comedian, not a mathematician. Jesus. So I got about 50 years left, which antiquates to, what was that, 365 days a year, 60 minutes is an hour, 24 hours. That's 37 million minutes, and every cigarette takes about 10 minutes off of your life, so I'm killing myself slowly for your entertainment, so you're welcome. But I also have a theory that every cigarette that you give away, you get those 10 minutes back. Anybody want a cigarette? Yeah? Here you go, Blair. I got prizes for everybody. Don't worry about it. I also drink whiskey. Yeah. Anybody want some whiskey? Oh, yeah? All right, here we go. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I also have HPV. Darling, want some? No, this is great. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this. I do live in Chicago, which is a nightmare. Literally every day I wake up from a dream and then I'm in a nightmare. No, but it's nice. It's nice. There's tons of comedy rooms. There's shitloads of homeless people, which are just endless fun. There's also a severe lack of white people, so it's nice to be performing in front of so many smiling white faces tonight. I know you guys are filming this. If you wouldn't mind panning around to every single white person here, and the dogs too. Like, it's like fucking hipster paradise here. Seriously, there's a fucking I've performed to more dogs in Georgia than I have black people. It's insane. And I came up with that joke when I first got here, and then I don't want to call you out, but you're here somewhere. There's a black guy showed up, and I was really pissed. I was like, "Fuck, you just ruined the joke." But then another dog showed up, and I was like, "Yeah, we're good." Like, don't worry about it. Fucking sweet, man. Yeah, no. So I've been having a rough time in Chicago, actually. 3 things happened to me in the past week, which was bad things happen in threes, right? So I sliced my hand open at a bar, my dog died, and I had to convince a Tinder date to get an abortion. Listen, I've been doing comedy for a little while here. I prefer groans to laughs because groans are real. Laughs are... Oh, he stopped talking or he took a drag of a cigarette. I should be laughing now. Groan just hits you in the stomach. Like that's real shit. So let's just get right into it. I was at a bar. I've been doing comedy since I moved there. Obviously doesn't pay well. Don't let the outfit fool you. I might look familiar because you've seen any Old Navy commercial ever. Like, my barber doesn't even ask me what I want my hair cut like. He just goes, white guy? And I go, yeah, white guy. Oh, thanks, bro. I was down to my last $45, and I was at a bar trying to spend my last $45. Some of you can relate. But I'm a bartender myself, so I know the industry. Like, I try to be helpful. You know, I stack my plates, I fold my napkins, I don't say the N-word. You know, just simple shit. And I was done with my glass, and I pushed it forward to the little rubber thing. I don't even know the word for it, like the bar mat, I guess. And it was sitting there, and the bartender didn't notice, so I decided to push it a little further. You know, like when you're laying in bed next to your lady friend, assuming she's 18, and you kind of just rub a little bit closer onto her, like, hey, get the hint? Like, I want something to happen here. He didn't notice. I didn't pull out. Kept with it. And I accidentally knocked it too far forward, and it fell over, and it hit the bar, and it broke. Again, being industry, wanting to be helpful, I decided, I'll pick it up real quick so he doesn't have to do it. Drunk brain, great idea. Sober brain, the fuck are you doing? It's broken glass. Like, I say it out loud, and you're all going, yeah, why would you pick up broken glass? This is the dumbest shit I ever heard. But I reach in. Well, sorry, I should do it with this hand because this is the hand, if you couldn't tell. And I pick it up, and I immediately slice my hand wide open. Just cut it top to bottom, bleeding everywhere. So I do what Bear Grylls told me to do. You keep it above your heart to stop the blood flow, because I am a doctor. And just blood is like running down my hand. And the bartender looks at me, he's like, get the fuck out. And I was like, that makes sense, yeah. Like, I'm industry, I get it. So I walk out downtown Chicago. It's different here. You guys don't understand what taxis are. The horse and buggies, I guess, is what you motherfuckers use. But so I walk out Michigan Avenue, or I don't know, like Main Street for you guys. So the closest paved road to wherever you live. I walk out to that. And I have my hand above my head, and every taxi starts stopping because they think I'm like hailing the cab, you know. And I have to explain to them, like, I can't afford it. I'm walking home, or I don't know, however long I have to live before I die from a booze-related industry. I thought I had at least 50 years left in me, according to the cigarettes that I smoke, but apparently not. I'm bleeding out on the goddamn streets. And this one taxi driver pulls up. He's like, I got you, my friend. Like, don't worry. I don't know why I did that accent. He was Mexican. I don't know why I did Indian. Like, immediately I just assumed like cab drivers are Indian. That's terrible. I should get rid of that part. But he goes, I got you, my friend. Where are you going? And I was like, why did I keep doing it? He's like, I got you, Wissy. But I was like, no, I can't afford it, man. Like, I can't. I had $45. I spent the last $45. I'm bleeding to death. I'm walking to a place that has, I don't know, absorbent shit. He I swear to God, he says, I don't keep my hand up for continuity, I suppose. He goes, well then put your hand down, you broke piece of shit. And I swear to God, that cut deeper than the glass that it picked up. It was awful. And then the next day, my dog died. I didn't stutter. My dog died. Like, I moved here from this beautiful garbage fire to a dumpster fire. It's a larger fire, but it's still terrible. With a dog. I have a Yorkie, or had, sorry. Oh, I'm getting used to saying that. It's like when Nana died, you know. No, I had a Yorkie Shih Tzu named Paisley, in case you want to Google it to fact check this story. So a very tiny dog. She was great. She survived the first winter, and that was about it. But yeah, I came home one night from the bar because I had $50 that night. It was a late night, and she was dead. She was laying in her little bed. I thought she was sleeping. I woke up the next morning to go to brunch because that's what white people do. And she was still in the bed, and I was like, good for you, being all, considerate. Hold, please. Went to brunch, came back, dog still in the bed. That's odd. I'm not an actor. I don't work on NCIS. I don't know how to check a pulse. I certainly know how to check dog pulses. I reached down. She didn't flinch. Dead dog. Yeah, it's just I don't know how else to describe a dead dog to you, but not moving is basically the best way to do it. So I was faced with a dilemma. There's nowhere to bury a dog in a city. I don't know if you know this. You guys have, yards for days. There's probably bodies all over this fucking place. Looking at you, Bane. No one has a mustache like that without secrets. No, but I was forced to the dilemma. I was like, oh, do I put the dog in a dumpster or I can't keep it, it's like a Christmas ornament, just hanging from the tree. No, so luckily my family still lives here in Georgia. I was planning on coming to the show. Thank you again so much for having me do this thing. Hey. Foreshadowing, motherfucker. But no, so I was like, you know what? Here's what I'll do. My parents have a yard. I'll bury the dog there. Perfect, right? Put it in a box, put it in a freezer, because I have seen NCIS. I don't act for him, but I've seen it. Cold equals not quite dead. So put the dog in the freezer. I fly out last night, and I bring the dog with me because American Airlines, they let you check a bag, but you can also bring a bag. So I had my backpack and a shoebox just wrapped up. This is a fucking true story. I checked the list. It said fireworks, propane, and whatever they wear on their heads. That's the only thing you're not allowed to fly with. And so dead dog was not on the list, guys. So I fucking walked through thinking it'd be fine. And I get through, I check my little, I put the phone down. Mr. Cook, you're white. No extra screening. Go for it, Get to the part where you put your shoes off and you're back to the thing. And it goes through, and I was wearing a Saints hat. I'm a Saints fan. Sorry to divide the room between football and not fucking football. And the lady goes, "Oh, are you from New Orleans?" I was like, "No." She just bought a hat. And she goes, "Oh, are you? What the fuck is this?" And I was nervous because I had a flask, and I was like, "Oh, she found it," Not even thinking about dead dog going through the fucking thing. She's like, "What's like Brad Pitt? What's in the box?" And just not even thinking, I go, "Paisley." It's my girl, And I'm not going to tell you the ethnicity of this TSA agent because I feel like my comedy's been very race heavy. But she goes, "Baby, you can't bring no dead dog in here." I was like, all right, well, what are we going to do about this? Because I'm out of options. Dumpster was a bad idea. No lakes, no Viking funeral. I was going to bury her here. I guess I'm not doing that. What do I do? She goes, "Well, you have two options. One, you don't get on the goddamn airplane. Or two, we put it with the rest of the confiscated stuff." Look, I know it was going to be a problem. It's not like I was dragging her on the leash behind me when I walked in. Like, this should be fine, right, guys? I was like, all right, well, where does that go? Do I get to claim it? Like, when you fly with your grandmother's knitting needles that have been in the family for 20 years, they'll mail it to you or like whatever. I was like, oh, maybe they'll send a corpse via FedEx. I don't know. And she pointed at a trash can. I was like, that's not even a dumpster. But I got a show to do, so my dog is now, or was, I don't know where the fuck she is now, at O'Hare Airport in a goddamn bag. Just no pulse, just sleeping there, being a good girl. I don't know if I can. Yeah, but I do. I brought up the Tinder thing, which is a real story. Also, my life is just garbage on paper, basically. I use Uber a lot. Does anybody else have a DUI? No. I use Tinder a lot because apparently when I drink I'm fucking stupid and I drive drunk. I use Tinder because when I drink I like to fuck stupid. And I had intercourse with a young lady who told me that she was on birth control, but she thought that meant I would just bring a condom. That's not funny, Bane. Like, she just assumed that. Because by looking at her, I probably should have brought a condom. But, I bring whiskey and cigarettes to shows. I don't bring condoms. Abortions are super easy. I don't know if you guys know this or not. But for us, fellas. Like, we go there. We drop off our Tinder dates. Or girlfriends, if you want to get technical. And they go in the back, and they come out a little bit lighter and a lot sadder. But for us, like, we're there for 20 minutes, not a big deal. You can still make brunch, is what I'm saying. Like, if you get there, like, if you book an appointment 10 o'clock, you'll be there in and out by 11. This is usually the part of the show people check out. That's fine. Has anybody here been party to an abortion? I guess party's not the right word. I was thinking about how to address the fact that we're doing the show on 9/11. I was like, happy 9/11. Oh, no, it's not Easter. You can't do it that way. Obviously, nothing risen today. It's a lot of falling. Yeah, I go for groans. That's what I said. No, but yeah, they go in, they come out sadder and lighter. We've covered that. But you can still make brunch, which is great. And I love using apps. I love Tinder. I love Uber. Makes my life so much easier. So what I want to do is I want to make my own app, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use your GPS location, and what it'll do is it'll sync up the closest abortion clinic to you to the closest brunch place to where you're having your abortion. Or where she's having it, whatever, you're just fucking there, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it scrambled eggs. Fuck you, Steve Jobs. I'm on top of the world right now. Guys, thank you so much for putting up with my hilariousness. Oh, my God. Honestly, Bane, thank you. It was a fucking privilege. My name is Tommy Cook, guys. Thank you.
Tommy Cook one more time, ladies and gentlemen. That was awesome.